This video is all about the Intelligence Bureau essay interview, which is going to happen into the upcoming days. Okay, today's video is going to be mostly into the English, and I was thinking की मराठीमध्येही मी व्हिडिओ घेऊ शकते, बट आय गेस मराठीवाला मी सेपरेट व्हिडिओ बनवेल किंवा जे लोक मराठीमध्ये इंटरव्ह्यू देणार आहेत ऑब्वियसली इफ दे आस्क यू सम क्वेश्चन इन टू द इंग्लिश you have to answer into the English. But if you are not comfortable at all to answer into the English, you can just say politely ki sir, I am not comfortable, or either you can say I am more comfortable into the Marathi for answer this question. But I think most of the questions are going to be into the English because we don't know the panel, correct? So there can be the panel jo ज्यांना मराठी येते किंवा हिंदी येते किंवा इंग्लिश येते. जर पॅनलला मराठी येत नसेल तर देर विल बी द इशू, अँड दॅट्स वाय आय एम टेकिंग दिस व्हिडिओ कम्प्लिटली इन टू द इंग्लिश. ओके, सो डू द प्रॅक्टिस to talk into the English. Like you can stand in front of the mirror and practice the questions. Today I'm going to take almost 100 questions. These are just like model questions. I also came up with answers. आज मी तुम्हाला answers पण देणार आहे की कशा पद्धतीने तुम्ही मॉडेल आन्सर देऊ शकता. ओके, लेट्स स्टार्ट डायरेक्टली इन टू द व्हिडिओ. आय जस्ट गिव्ह सम ऑफ द इंट्रोडक्शन की तुम्ही कशा पद्धतीने बोलू शकता. ॲट द एंड ऑफ द व्हिडिओ आय विल टेल सम ऑफ द टिप्स हाऊ यू कॅन गिव्ह सम ऑफ द आन्सर्स जे तुम्हाला माहीत नसतील वगैरे, तर त्यांना कसं टॅकल करायचं आहे. किंवा अंडर कॉन्फिडंट झालात इन केस की अचानक अंडर कॉन्फिडंट झालात की अरे यार मला हे येत होतं ॲन्सर पण त्या मोमेंटला आठवत नाही येतो, हाऊ यू कॅन हँडल ऑल ऑफ दिस सिच्युएशन्स. आय विल टेल ऑल ऑफ इट इन टू द एंड ऑफ द व्हिडिओ. किंवा आजचा व्हिडिओ खूप जास्त मोठा झाला तर मी एक नवीन व्हिडिओ बनवेल, बट आय विल ट्राय टू कवर मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स इन टू दिस व्हिडिओ बिकॉज ऑन दिस संडे 24th ऑफ मे आय एम हॅव्हिंग UPSCची एक्झाम आहे. त्याच्यानंतर 31st ऑफ मेला आय एम हॅव्हिंग MPSCची एक्झामिनेशन. सो आय हॅडंट गेट टाईम टू क्रिएट अ व्हेरी लॉंग व्हिडिओज, अँड टुडे आय डिसाइडेड की आज संडे आहे, आय एम जस्ट गोइंग टू डू द रिव्हिजन ऑफ द स्टडीज. सो आय डिसाइडेड की नो मॅटर वॉट आय हॅव टू क्रिएट द व्हिडिओ, अँड दॅट्स वाय आय कॅम अप विथ द व्हिडिओ. आय विल ट्राय टू कवर मॅक्झिमम टॉपिक्स or maximum things in this video only. And so if I cover all of the topics in this video, then I'm not going to upload another video. Everything going to cover in this video only. But if in case की हा व्हिडिओ खूपच जास्त मोठा झाला की 1-2 तासातच होऊन गेला, then I'll do it into another video. ठीक आहे, but I'll try to cover all the topics into it because you must have to clear the examination, you must have to clear the interview because we all came very far, and I'm so proud of you whoever cleared the qualifying examination. Okay, chalo, let's start directly into the video. So I just came up with model answers, and these are the most of the topics which get asked into IB interviews. So first they will ask about the personality questions. Then why they will ask you about the personality questions? Because they wanted to check you, how much you are aware about yourself, how much you having confidence, and how you having the presence of mind. Then they are also going to check your honesty, communication, and patriotism. If you don't know what is patriotism, it means देशभक्ती. तुमची देशभक्ती कशी आहे वगैरे हे सगळंही त्यांना चेक करायचं आहे. देन आर यू कॅपेबल टू हँडल दिस पोस्ट, याच्यासाठी मॅच्युअर आहेत का तुम्ही तेवढे इनफ ही पोस्ट हँडल करण्यासाठी, त्यासाठी हा इंटरव्ह्यू कंडक्ट जाईल. जे क्वेश्चन्स आहेत विच दे गोइंग टू कॉमनली आस्क, लाईक इंट्रोडक्शन जे असेल, पर्सनल बॅकग्राऊंड असेल, त्याच्याबद्दल थोडेफार क्वेश्चन्स असतील. आय एम गोइंग टू टेक इट इन टू द डिटेल विथ मॉडेल आन्सर्स. Then some questions about Intelligence Bureau, like what is the role, difference between IB and RAW, all of these kind of questions they will ask. They will ask some related to current affairs, security questions. Then they can give you some situation based. They can ask you any situation and you have to answer on the basis of it. Then questions from your background, like in my case I'm coming from the computer engineering background, then they can ask me about cyber security and what is phishing and this kind of questions. Okay, if you are coming from the computer engineering background, my all notes will be completely, you can follow 100% directly, copy and paste for yourself. You can answer question, you can take the reference for my questions. The person who is not from the computer engineering background, they can create the model answers according to it. If there is a lot more like की खूप जास्त नीड आहे, खूप जास्त लोक आहेत एखाद्या बॅकग्राऊंडमधून, तर आय विल क्रिएट द व्हिडिओ, स्पेसिफिक व्हिडिओ फॉर दॅट background. Comment me about it. If that background students are much more into the number, then definitely I'll help them. Then they can must maybe ask about your college projects, about internships, and like during college time I did some projects, internships, and basic activities like I'm doing the YouTube vlogging, like I'm making the study videos and all. They can ask this type of questions to me. For you, if you are doing the job or something like that, they can ask you related to your job. Then psychological and personality questions they can ask. Why they will ask? Because they wanted to check your behavior. Then rapid fire questions like is India safe internally or something like that, they will ask you. And most important preparation areas which you have to do is like self introduction, then what is IB, why IB, internal security basics, the some of the current affairs, mostly last 6 months you have to be aware about it. Then cyber security basics and your graduation subjects or projects and situation based answers. I just wanted to give you the most important advice, which is speak very calmly and very confidently. Do not try to act over smart, okay? If you don't know something, just say I am not aware about it and I'll study for this topic. You don't have to act over smartly if you don't know the answer. Just be honest with yourself. If you don't know answer, say politely I am not fully aware about this currently, okay? And they just judge your honesty more than perfect knowledge, so keep this in your mind. They already check your knowledge into CBT 1, CBT 2 qualifying examination. Now they don't wanted to check your knowledge, they wanted to check you, how much you are honest, how much you are mature to handle this position. Now the dress about, I'll talk this about in the end of the, okay? These are 100 of the questions, so sit tightly, sit calmly. I wanted you to take notebook and pen. If you never took during my lectures notebook and pen, but this time I am suggesting you take the notebook and pen with you and start to make the notes at whatever point you wanted. Obviously I am going to upload this whole PDF. Look, I came up with 100 of the questions. I know I'm going to upload this PDF on Telegram. You are going to get this PDF. But I wanted you to see for this video at least that you have to take the pen and paper for notes. Okay, must. This is must. Because this is the last stage and take very seriously about it. Like for stage 2, most of the people were not so like I can say they were not so serious about the preparation. They were just reading the notes and all. But in this case, this is interview stage and you have to be very serious for this time, okay? Because it's just so very few days or target or something like that and you are going to be into the service, correct? So here is the first question. It will be tell me about yourself, okay? So in this question, if your interview scheduled for the morning, you have to say morning, and these are the basic things you already know. I don't wanted to say these things. Like in my case, I created about this that I'm coming from the computer engineering. I completed my graduation from Mumbai University, and this is my model answer that during my academic journey I developed interest in technology, cyber security, data analysis and problem solving. Why I mentioned cyber security in this, okay? Because this post is about the security related thing and I wanted to take my interview into the cyber security domain more because I am more knowledgeable about this domain. If in your case, whatever from whatever background you are coming, BCom, BA or anything, take something more interesting topic and more knowledgeable topic you having, ओके? ज्या पण टॉपिकमध्ये तुम्ही खूप जास्त नॉलेजेबल आहात, तुमचा इंटरेस्टचा आहे आणि तुम्हाला इंटरव्ह्यू त्या डायरेक्शनमध्ये घेऊन जायचं आहे, जस्ट मेन्शन दॅट नेम during the introduction, okay? First or second line you should have to be mentioned की ज्या डायरेक्शनमध्ये तुम्हाला इंटरव्ह्यू घेऊन जायचं आहे, ठीक आहे? सायबर सिक्युरिटी माझ्या कॉलेजच्यामध्ये अकॅडमिक स्केड्यूलमध्ये आय वॉज हॅव्हिंग द सब्जेक्ट ऑफ सायबर सिक्युरिटी and I wanted to take that interview into the cyber security direction. That's why I mentioned this question. मेन्शन दिस वर्ड. ओके. जो तुम्हाला कुठल्याही डायरेक्शनमध्ये घेऊन जायचं आहे हा तुमच्या हातात असतो इंटरव्ह्यू. सो जस्ट टेक दॅट ॲडव्हान्टेज की तो एक वर्ड मेन्शन करा. ठीक आहे. नाव राईट डाऊन इन टू युअर नोट्स की these are just a model answer. You can take the reference from it. You can't copy directly because your background is completely different from my background, and everyone's background, everyone's life story is completely different. So you can't directly copy and paste. But here you can take the most important thing, write down your notebook that the keyword in which direction you have to take the interview, you have to mention that into the first answer only. Okay, first or second line you have to be that word. Now let's go what you will do. I completed certifications in data analytics and cyber security and participated in internships which improved my analytical skills and teamwork ability. Why I mentioned teamwork ability? Because this job requires the teamwork. Okay, so I have to tell them that I am capable for this job because I have the teamwork ability. I forget to mention here one word, that I completed the certifications of data analytics from Google. Okay. So whatever, if you did the certification from any of the higher education or from something branded reputed logo, like in my case I did the data analytics from Google, so you can mention something like that. I did the cyber security from Tata Group. I forget to mention over here because I don't wanted to create my model answers notes over here. This I am trying to help you, or you have to take the references from it. Now let's go to what you are going to say the next about it. Along with technical knowledge, I have developed discipline, patience, adaptability, and responsible mindset. This your third sentence have to be like this. Why? Because technical knowledge is important as we are right now staying into the AI world, and we have to know about, they have to know that you are much more about the technological things. Discipline, any job role requires the discipline. Patience, because this job role requires the patience. Adaptability and responsible mindset. Responsibility, correct? Whatever these kind of 4 to 5 adjectives you have to mention in this third sentence. According to your personality, you have to mention over here. Then you have to mention the last sentence as I, you have to tell in the introduction only, yes, I wanted to join the intelligence bureau, and you have to answer them without them asking that why you wanted to join the intelligence bureau. Okay, last sentence of the introduction part you have to give as I wanted to join the IB because I believe it offers an opportunity to contribute directly to national security and serve the nation in a meaningful way. This shows that you are curious, you wanted to join the IB without even they ask you. Okay. Now they might be ask you the directly second question will be why do you want to join the IB. Okay, I know you said one sentence into the introduction part, but here how you are going to answer this question. I want to join the intelligence bureau because it is one of the most respected organization responsible for internal security and intelligence gathering in India. Second sentence you have to say the work of IB directly contributes to protecting the country from threats like terrorism, espionage, cybercrime, and anti-national activities. Here I again mention the cybercrime because my intention is to take interview into the cybercrime way. Okay, I am interested in analytical and investigative work. Why I mention here analytical and investigative work? Because I completed my data analytics work, cyber security work during my past days. So if they ask how you are going to do the analytical work very well and why you are more capable or more good candidate as compared to other people, because I have this background already. Okay, and I believe my technical background can help me contribute effectively. That's what whatever I was explaining you, that's how I explain into this sentence. Okay, more than salary or status, I am motivated by the opportunity to serve the national responsibly. Now the third question will be, what do you know about IB? Okay, this is very obvious question. If you are going to join the intelligence bureau, you should know about IB, what it is. Now you can take this information from Google. This is just a model answer, and you can get a more good answers as compared to this. So you don't need to copy this. You can take any answer from the Google, and you might be get more good information about this. Okay, my model answer will be, the intelligence bureau is India's internal intelligence agency functioning under the Ministry of Home Affairs. This is very important, write down in your notes, it is coming under Ministry of Home Affairs. I know this is very easy, but there can be the possibility की during interview time तुम्ही स्ट्रेसमध्ये येताल वगैरे समथिंग हॅपन अँड might be you forget. Okay, interviewच्या टाइमला we are not into the normal state or something like that, we are into the more impulsive state of the brain, so that's why we started to forget the information. But you have to keep this into mind that it is under Ministry of Home Affairs. Its primary role, why? Because there can be possibility you get confused about is it under Ministry of Defense, is it under something like that, so you should not get confused. Okay, this is very easy answer, but might be we get buffer or something like that. Its primary role is gathering intelligence related to internal security, counterintelligence, terrorism, extremism, and threats affecting national stability. IB works closely with police forces, paramilitary organizations, and other intelligence agencies to maintain security and prevent threats before they occur. Now, this is very obvious question. What is the difference between IB and RAW? You should know about it. Then the most important thing is IB focuses on internal things and RAW focuses on the foreign intelligence. Okay, how you can structure the sentence into the formal way. IB focuses on internal intelligence and domestic security threats, which is inside India, whereas RAW, the full form of RAW is Research and Analysis Wings, which handles the foreign intelligence and external threats outside the India. IB comes under Ministry of Home Affairs, while RAW operates under the Cabinet Secretary. Okay, now why government service? This is very obvious question. If you are coming from the technical background, why you wanted to join the government service? Okay, government service provides an opportunity to work for society and the nation while maintaining responsibility and integrity. I want a career where my work creates meaningful impact, and government service offers stability, discipline, and public trust. This is very obvious question. What are your strengths? Okay, you don't have to lie over here. You have to be very honest about this, because if you mention any word about your strengths, they are going to take interview into this way and they are going to check whatever you say. If you say कि मी खूप जास्त डिसिप्लिन आहे वगैरे एनिथिंग, इफ यू से, दे आर गोइंग टू चेक यू, आर यू रिअली डिसिप्लिन. सो तुमचा जो इंटरव्ह्यू आहे तिथे तुम्हाला चेक करणारच आहेत. सो दे गोइंग टू चेक, आर यू कॅपेबल टू understand what are your strengths. So be honest with yourself. Okay, my strengths are discipline, patience, adaptability, analytical thinking, and ability to stay calm under pressure. I can learn quickly and work sincerely even in challenging situations. Now this is obvious question. What is your weaknesses? Be very honest. One weakness I identified in myself is hesitation during public speaking. If you have really this answer, why I mention this? In my case, I'm not really hesitating for public speaking. But if my interview somehow becomes little bit, what I can say, something like if I become silent at some point or something like that, सो दे विल अंडरस्टँड की मी ऑलरेडी माझ्या विकनेसेसमध्ये सांगितलं होतं की मी पब्लिक स्पीकिंगमध्ये थोडंसं हेजिटेशन करते. सो मी जर कधी इंटरव्ह्यूच्या मध्येच नर्वस झाले वगैरे तर दे नो की आय एम नॉट व्हेरी वेल इन टू द पब्लिक स्पीकिंग अँड स्टील आय ट्रायड व्हेरी वेल. दॅट्स वाय आय मेन्शन इट. In reality, I'm not hesitating for the public speaking. Okay, you can take the reference of this. However, I have been improving it continuously through communication practice and interviews, or you can say mock interviews, or trying to speak with my friends or colleagues, something like that you can mention. Then why? Yeah, and here I wanted to tell you about, you have to create your 3 weakness point. Okay, they can ask you, tell me about your 3 weakness point, or mention 5 weakness points. So you should know, or you can create some notes of your 5 weaknesses points according to you. Even in strengths, you have to create the 5 points about your strengths. This is just a model answer which I came up, but you have to create your 5 weakness points and 5 strengths points the moment they ask. And while saying into the interview, you can say, I believe that my first weakness point, then the moment you complete it, first weakness point सांगून झालं तुमचं, then you can say my second point is this and my third point is this. Just stop on the third point. But if they say ki tell me 5 weakness point, then you should have the 5 points. That's why I said की 5 weakness point किंवा 5 strength point ready ठेवा. ठीक आहे. Now this is question like, why should we hire you? They wanted to know why you are different from another candidates, correct? So I believe I'm suitable because I have a technical background. Like I'm telling this as a model answer, that analytical thinking ability, discipline, adaptability, and willingness to work sincerely in difficult conditions. I understand the responsibility associated with intelligence work, and I am committed to maintaining confidentiality and integrity. Now, what is internal security? They want now this interview. Now till here, ठीक आहे, इथपर्यंत तुमचं सेल्फ इंट्रोडक्शन जे आहे. इथे अजून एक क्वेश्चन येऊ शकतो की तुम्ही ज्या डिस्ट्रिक्टमधून किंवा तुम्ही ज्या प्लेसमधून येत आहेत त्याच्याबद्दल एक असू शकतो. ठीक आहे, की टेल मी अबाउट युअर डिस्ट्रिक्ट, टेल मी अबाउट युअर प्लेस और युअर स्कूलिंग. ठीक आहे, स्कूलबद्दल विचारू शकतात, कॉलेजबद्दल विचारू शकतात, कॉलेज सिटीबद्दल, कॉलेज स्टेटबद्दल, होम स्टेटबद्दल, तुमचा जिथे परमनंट ॲड्रेस आहे तिथल्या सिच्युएशनबद्दल, जिथे तुम्ही आता टेम्पररी राहताय त्या प्लेसबद्दल. दे कॅन आस्क यू अबाउट दिस क्वेश्चन्स. Then again they can ask you about your parents, your neighborhoods, not neighborhoods, your parents, your siblings, and they can ask you about neighboring area as in geographical area, not neighbors as in people, neighboring, what I can say, neighboring geographical area. Okay, so you should be aware about this geographical things about your own hometown, then historical things about your hometown, security threats from your hometown. If there's something historical place at your hometown, you should be aware about it. Till here, all self introductory basic personal questions are done. They are not going to ask anything out from this. You have to ready about what I mentioned. I'll mention here into the notes. Okay, no. Okay, address thing. What I said, school. First is school. You should ready with school. Then college, city or hometown from where you are coming. Okay, hometown. Geography. All I can say, geography, history, you should know about your all hometown. I'm not going to mention all of it over here. Then about your parents and what city, hometown, address, basically all. School, college, city, staying hometown, about your parents, and that's all. Okay, these are all personal questions till it. Now we are going into the technical things, which are like what is internal security and all of this. Okay, because personals are done. If I forget, in case I'll mention it into the notes for this moment if I forget anything. Then let's go with the what is internal security. Internal security refers to protecting the country from threats arising within national boundaries, such as terrorism, communal violence, cybercrime, organized crime, espionage, separatist movements, and anti national activities. Okay, they can ask you any another definition or something information about it. Okay, this is just a model that what is internal security. It varies from person to person. They can ask you anything. Then, what are major internal security threats in India? The major threats include terrorism, cybercrime, Naxalism, communal violence, organized crime, illegal infiltration, fake currency networks, misinformation campaigns, and radicalization through online platforms. This is just a model answer. It's not something you have to say exactly in this way. You can search onto the Google what are the major internal security threats for India and you will get your answer. Create the notes according to it. This is again another definition they can ask. What is terrorism? What is cybercrime? Okay, what is terrorism? Terrorism is the unlawful use of violence or threats to create fear among people for political, ideological, or religious objectives. Okay, now here I wanted, as I already said, that I wanted to take my interview into the cybercrime way because I am knowledgeable about cybercrime. Here they will ask what is cybercrime, and even if you are not coming from the technological background, this is very common question, that is what is cybercrime. Cybercrime includes illegal activities carried out using computers, networks, or the internet, such as hacking, phishing, identity theft, online fraud, ransomware attacks, and data theft. Here you can see I mentioned the topics on which topic I wanted to take my interview. I wanted them to ask me about hacking, phishing, identity theft, and all these terms. Okay, so that's why I'm planting these words from here. Now they will ask what explain phishing. Again, I'm just saying that these are some definitions which will start because the interview is into the technical way. If you are coming from another background, definitely they will ask you the question related to your background with internal security. But these are also common questions. What is phishing? Phishing is a cyber attack where attackers impersonate trusted entities through fake emails, websites, or messages to steal sensitive information like passwords, OTPs, or banking details. You will get all of these questions answers on the Google. Okay, so for ideal answers you have to do the Google for what is phishing. Create your answer according to it. What is social engineering? Social engineering is a psychological manipulation of people to gain confidential information or unauthorized access. Now let's come to the normal questions they are going to ask for everyone. What is what happened? What is national security? National security means protecting the sovereignty, stability, economy, institutions, citizens, and strategic interest of the nation from internal and external threats. You will get more good definition onto the Google. Okay, just take some efforts. I'm not saying don't copy me or something like that, but I wanted to say take some efforts by yourself because this is the last stage and you are directly going into the job, so take some efforts. How can technology help intelligence agency? This is a common question, but as I'm coming from the technological background, this is the must question for me. But if you are coming from economical background, then obviously this will be also the question into the economic way. How economy is getting disrupted because of the internal security. If internal, there can be the question like if internal security get disrupted, how economy get affected from it. Okay, I'm just giving an example. You can take in your way or in your background how they can ask you. Okay, how can technology help intelligence agencies? Technology help intelligence agencies in surveillance, data analysis, cyber monitoring, communication interception, facial recognition, pattern analysis, geolocation tracking, and identifying suspicious activities more efficiently. What is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is a practice protecting systems, networks, devices, and data from unauthorized access, attacks, and damage. What is ethical hacking? this is the technical towards interview. Technical, I don't mean that it is for only for the engineers or something like that. This is about the internal security. These are actual threats for the internal security, cyber security, ethical hacking. This is just normal as in nationalism, terrorism or something like that. Okay, so what is ethical hacking? Just google it, you will get a very good info, very good definition and more detailing about it. I'm not reading here. What is data privacy? Just google it, you will get the more good information. Now this is what is intelligence gathering. This is intelligence gathering is a process of collecting, analyzing and interpreting information relevant to national security and threat preventions. Okay, so here they can, these are not exactly definitions, definitely they will ask you something about these definitions, but you have to go onto the google and search the keywords about intelligence bureau, internal security threats or something like that. You will get the keywords and you have to define, you have to get the definition from for all of it, and it will be helpful for you. Now let's go to the IB officer post. What is the qualities are important for an IB officer? Okay, from here onwards we are moving towards the important questions. Till here, like first 10 questions was about personal questions. They are going to ask you about some personal questions related to address, name, background, education or something like that. Then second section which we saw was the technical round, which is like they will ask you about the questions which is related to definitions of what is nationalism. Here they can also ask you about what is nationalism, what is terrorism, what are the threats, and they can ask you the questions on the basis of it. So you have to be ready about the definition for what is the terrorism, what is nationalism. You have to be aware about all this type of questions. Now let's move about specific related to the intelligence bureau. They can ask you what are the qualities are important for an IB officer. So for an IB officer possess integrity, alertness, confidentiality, analytical thinking, discipline, patience, adaptability, communication skills and emotional stability. Can you work under pressure? Here you don't have to say no, I can't work under the pressure. You have to say yes, I understand intelligence work involves pressure and responsibility. I try to remain calm, focus on priorities and make practical decisions. This is very obvious question. Can you relocate anywhere in India? Obviously, this post is about Maharashtra, Mumbai and Nagpur region. But they can ask you this question, what if there's some situation came and you have to relocate from Maharashtra, from Mumbai or from Nagpur to some another place. I mean, there are some another offices, correct? These are not the post only for Mumbai and Nagpur. This post is for all over India. But if you are preparing or if you applied for Mumbai region or Nagpur region, this is obvious question. Can you relocate anywhere in India? You have to say yes, I am fully prepared to relocate and serve wherever required. Are you comfortable with secrecy in this job? Yes, I understand confidentiality is essential in intelligence work and I can maintain professional secrecy responsibly. This is about your friend. If your friend get involved into the illegal activity, what will you do? I will prioritize the law and national interest over personal relationships and report the matter through proper channels. Responsibility, here they can also mention that instead of friend they can mention you about your family member. You can, they can take some family member name or something like that. If your senior gives unethical instructions, how you will react on it? I would respectfully seek clarification and follow lawful and ethical procedures while maintaining professionalism. Whatever they will ask you related to this, like if they say की तुमचा भाऊ, तुमचे रिलेटिव्स, तुमचे पॅरेंट्स और सम युअर फ्रेंड कोणीही इन्व्हॉल्व आहे दुसऱ्या ॲक्टिव्हिटीजमध्ये, तुम्ही हेल्प कराल का? तुमचं इथे जे पण आन्सर असेल इट हॅव टू बी ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ की जी पण प्रोसेस असेल, आय ऑलवेज फॉलो द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया. ठीक आहे, आय ऑलवेज फॉलो द लॉज, रेग्युलेशन्स अँड प्रोसिजर्स अकॉर्डिंग टू इंडिया. ठीक आहे, यू डोंट हॅव टू say ki no, I'll do this, and no, you don't have to answer anything apart from it. Whatever it is, I'm going to follow the constitution of India, I'm going to follow the laws of India. ठीक है, nothing apart from it. You can't answer here emotionally, you don't need to something create something another answer. You can create if you have something creativity, but you have to answer according to the constitution of India and nothing apart from it. This is must thing. Okay, write down your notes. Constitution of India, I am going to follow the procedure of Constitution of India for anything. Then what motivates you? The opportunity to contribute meaningfully, continuously, improve myself, and serve the nation motivates me. Okay, here you can create your own answer. Now, this is how you will handle the stress. I stay calm by focusing on solutions. Instead of panic, I try to manage tasks systematically and mental emotional balance. You can create your answer according to what are your hobbies. Like in my case, I enjoy reading, I write to learn about current affairs, technology, and improving my knowledge through informative content. Just give me a 1 second, I wanted to drink a water. Okay, I appreciate your patience. Okay, let's go here back to the questions. What are your hobbies? Okay, here you can mention anything. If your hobby is to travel, playing, or anything, just create some knowledge and some information, gather some information about whatever your hobbies, like yoga, workout, gym, anything. Whatever you having hobbies, you have to aware about it, that and you have to have the knowledge about your hobby. Then they can ask me you about your final year project. So my final year project was about focused on solving a practical problem using technology. I worked on development, testing, analysis, and teamwork, which improved my technical and problem solving skills. This is again one kind of the definition. What is espionage? Espionage is the act of secretly collecting confidential and classified information for political, military, or economic advantage. What is counterintelligence? Because these are some of the core terms for the intelligence bureau. So this is like counterintelligence. Counterintelligence involves preventing espionage, sabotage, or intelligence activities conducted by hostile organization or foreign agencies. What is surveillance? You have to Google it. What is surveillance? But still, I am giving you the definition. Surveillance is an monitoring activities, communications, or movements for security and intelligence purpose. What is fake news? Fake news is a false or misleading information spread intentionally to manipulate public opinion or create confusion. Why is social media a security concern? Social media can spread misinformation, propaganda, hate speech, radicalization, scams, and sensitive information rapidly. What is radicalization? Radicalization is the process through which individuals adapt extreme beliefs that may lead to violence or anti national activities. Radicalization and Naxalism are different terms. Okay, what is Naxalism? Naxalism is an armed extremist movement based on Maoist ideology that challenges the authority of the state through violence. What is the difference between law enforcement and intelligence agencies? Law enforcement agencies investigate crimes and enforce laws, while intelligence agencies collect and analyze information to prevent threats before crime occurs. Okay, you have to check onto the Google or in YouTube also. You will get what is law enforcement, like police or some police courts. They are coming under the law enforcement. Intelligence agencies are raw and IB. Okay, this is basic information, but you have to Google it. You have to check by yourself into more detail. What would you do if you fail in this interview? This will not come into as a early question, but this can come under like your interview is about to end, म्हणजे आता संपायला आलाय तुमचा interview. So this kind of question can might become, what if you will fail in this interview? So I will analyze my shortcomings, improve myself further, and continue working hard with a positive mindset. Okay, creative answer according to him. Why should citizens trust intelligence agencies? Because intelligence agencies work to protect national security, prevent threats, and maintain public safety while functioning under legal frameworks. What is communal violence? Communal violence refers to conflicts and violent incidents between different religious or social communities that disturb people, public order, and national harmony. What is organized crime? Organized crime involves planned illegal activities carried out by structured groups or financial or strategic benefits such as smuggling, trafficking, extortion, and money laundering. What is money laundering? Money laundering is the process of hiding the illegal sources of money by passing it through legal channels to make appear legitimate. What is the role of the Ministry of Home Affairs? Because this agency comes under the Ministry of Home Affairs. So this is obvious question. The Ministry of Home Affairs is responsible for internal security, law and order, border management, disaster management, and coordination with intelligence and police agencies. What is intelligence analysis? Intelligence analysis is the process of examining, collected information to identify traits, patterns, risks, and actionable insights for decision making. What is open source intelligence? Open source intelligence refers to gathering useful information from publicly available sources such as newspaper, websites, social media, and public records. What is human intelligence? From here onwards, most of the definition which are common, you have to gather some information, you have to create your own notes on this. These are some kind of the sample answers. What is human intelligence? Human intelligence involves collecting information through direct interaction with